So Jim, tell me about this property, this deal. How did that develop, and how did we help you
So
with that?
this property was born a little bit out of luck and a little bit out of grind. Drove by, saw that there was a for sale sign on this building that had been here for this building's been here for years in this area, so we've always seen it, but no one really knew it seemed like it was empty for years. So it turns out it was a building that was built out to be an urgent care. It never really started its business. COVID hit. The business that owned it never moved in because now everyone's working remotely, and they needed to. The seller was motivated to try to unload it because now they owned two buildings and they didn't have enough employees to go into it. So a lot of the stuff that we talked about in our mentorship is obviously like understanding what the motivations of each person in a deal are. So approaching with the knowledge that I knew he was motivated to sell, I knew that he didn't need the building. I actually was able to directly speak to him and negotiate with the seller directly instead of going through agents and going through our brokers. Um, it was such a better experience for both of us on the buyer and seller part because we really like established a bond where we were trying to help each other out the best we could. So we were able to acquire the building using an SBA loan, and now we're owner operators in a way of this. And not only do we grow the business that we're working in, but now we've been able to reap the benefits of the appreciation of the building, of the tax benefits of it, and it's been great on both ends. So talking about different deals and the things that work or don't work. Back right before pandemic, we were looking to start a business, and actually we're going into possibly a franchising situation where we were running trying to run numbers on a commercial property to rent, acquire, and then find a way to make highest and best use of the space. And Tim sat down with us. We went through all the numbers, and it really got us to teach us the numbers on running a business. When we talk about overheads, when we talk about revenue, cash, and we ran all these numbers and found amazing deals where like the numbers all worked out, but then the deal fell through uh, on the seller part, and we could not repeat those numbers with any other property that we could find. And it just happened to be this was now late 2019, and we were like, you know what? One thing we learned and one thing that was impressed on us is like, look, if the numbers don't work out, the deal's done. It's like it just doesn't work. So we decided at that point, like, look, we're just going to put this on the back burner for now, and like we're not going to look for any more properties because the numbers just don't work out. 3 months later, the pandemic hits, and if we ended up starting this franchise in the middle of the pandemic, I can't even imagine the kind of stress and loss that would happen there because we'd have owned a building that no one could have gone into. So just that kind of again, the whole point of saving money by leveraging other people's mistakes and knowledge and everything like that in itself probably saved us like hundreds of thousands of dollars at least in this deal. And not going forward with it saved us. It's just that knowledge, that ability made us not expose ourselves to a huge error.